Hi, it's Pete Cohen here, and welcome to another My 365 podcast. Today's show is brought to you by my confidence book that you can get absolutely free. Just head over to mi365.me/confidence. That's mi365.me/confidence and get this incredible book absolutely free. Take care and enjoy the show. My 365 podcasts with me, Pete Cohen. Good morning, Facebookers. Good morning, Instagrammers. Good morning, podcasters. We are also recording a podcast here as well. This podcast is all about emotional stamina. Guys, I'm delighted that you have joined me here today for what will be an amazing day for lots of reasons. A few things I've got to say. First of all, if you've not heard our member of the month for the month of August is Mark Pitcher. If you're listening to the podcast and you're listening to this in another time, another dimension, who knows, track it down, listen to it. My 365, what are we? We are a story-based organization. We are all about helping people create a better story. Because your story's good, well done. I mean, maybe your story is amazing, but how about we create a legacy that one day someone finds out about your life and gets so inspired by what you did with it. Because we've all heard the expression, right? If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So our member of the month for this month is Mark. Listen to his story. It's unbelievable. If you want to find it on the podcast, you find it on our podcast channel. If you go to mi365.me, click on podcast, you'll see it there. That's what this whole journey is about. If you want to be the very, very best that you can be, to have emotional stamina, to have emotional hygiene, if you got dirty, if you got stuff all over you, if someone urinated on you, if someone, God knows, if someone threw up on you, you know, what would you do? Would you just say, I'll do that later? No, you would clean it off immediately. And when it comes to our emotions, and we looked at this yesterday, rejection, we've kind of looked at failure, and that's one of the things I want to look at today. So let's get stuck into the content today. Forgive me for such a long introduction, but, is it worth waiting for? Make some notes. So here we go. What did we look at? We looked at rejection. So when we look at emotional hygiene, if you feel emotions like rejection, guilt, fear, failure, many of these things, rumination, when you constantly go over things, if you don't deal with those things quite quickly, they can seriously get out of control. And we looked at rejection yesterday. Rejection, fascinating. When you feel rejection, there is a physical pain to that for most people. And when they talk about love hurts, or when you don't get a job and you take it personally, and why we have that, it's within our DNA, it's within our makeup, because thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, if you felt rejection, you'd want to feel pain, because if you were rejected from the group that you were in, you'd die. We lived and survived in groups. We survived. By the way, if you want to thrive, get yourself in a thriving community, and that's exactly what My 365 is. It is one of the most thriving communities in the world of groups of people that are learning emotional hygiene, emotional stamina. And by the way, a lot of you want to work this all out really right now, really quickly. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to show up and help you as you work things out for yourself, because that's what coaching is. So are you ready? Are you ready for something so big, so huge, that this will blow you away and will put things into a different perspective for you? So here we go. Failure. Have you ever felt failure? Anyone? Have anyone here ever set any goals? Give me a few ideas of things that you've decided to do and it failed. It didn't work out for whatever reason. Probably hundreds of times. You wanted to lose weight, you wanted to read a book, you wanted to start saving some money. Failure has a really interesting impact on the body. And there was a study that I came across many years ago, because look, I'm a sports psychologist by trade. So you got to look at sports people and how performance affects them. And what was really interesting, I read about this study where they got a whole load of people and they gave them an American football and an American football post. It's like a rugby post. And they were about 15, 20 feet away. And what they had to do was kick the ball over the kind of like an H, had to kick it over. And afterwards, they put them into different groups. And the ones who managed to make lots of kicks, when they were asked to estimate how far away the posts were, they were really pretty close to how it was. The ones who missed, and the ones who missed nearly every single time, when they were asked how far they thought the posts were away, they thought it was a lot further away. Now, when I read this, I had to read it a few times. I checked out the source of it. I remember going over and telling loads of people, because I was saying, are we aware of what happens when we fail? The impact that has on us? The impact that has on you is that when you fail or things don't go out the way that you want to, you then end up feeling further away from your goal. Your goal seems further away. Isn't that amazing? If you're not blown away by this, if this is not a massive aha moment for you, then I really don't know how else to say it. Every time you fall down, your biggest challenge is not to let go of where it is that you're going or the importance of where you're going. And this is something that we have really, really, really got to ingrain. And I want you to write this word down. It's called, there's a few things, bounce back ability. I'm not sure it's actually a word yet, but it might already be in the dictionary. I don't know. Bounce back ability. These are some of the things I wrote down here this morning. This is what you have all got to get your head around. Yesterday with our My 365 Elite, we did a webinar last night about webinar. Someone said, I'm doing all the right things, but just not doing them consistently. And I understood what he meant. But in my mind, I'm going, for me, that don't work. I might be doing the things that are important, but if I'm not doing them consistently, then I'm not doing the right thing. End of story. And maybe if that person, and you all started to reframe that, you'd look at things differently. Because what we all do, and you know this, 99.9% of people who watch this do this in their life. When things get difficult, you go and run away and you hide, rather than developing the emotional stamina of where you say to yourself, now is the time to show up. Now is the time, because you and I are only going to get to where we want to go by what we go through. So we look at our comfort zone, your potential just exists on the outer edge, just stepping out. So what I challenge every single one of you to do is now what needs to be done. So you really start to recover quicker. You become relentlessly solution focused. Once things don't work out for you, for whatever reason, just see how quickly you can do something to bring yourself back on track. I dare you. This will be the biggest transformation that you might make in your entire life. If you don't believe me, it doesn't matter. Just do it. You go back to the one thing that always brings you back on track, whether it's a good night's sleep, whether it's meditating, whether it's exercising, the one thing. Otherwise, you become a victim of what happens to you. To be the hero in your life is bounce back ability, and see how quickly you can do it, and see how proud you can make of yourself. Isn't this fascinating to really start to understand more about yourself and why in the past you haven't worked out, things haven't worked out the way that you want to. But now is the time. This sounds like me. I'm going to find the solutions. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. You know you can do it, because if it was someone else, you know, if someone was lying down and got hit by a car outside, you wouldn't go, I can't be dealing with that. You'd relentlessly solution focus. What is it? Phone up 999. Scream out, help, help, help. You do what you need to do. We need to become more aware of how rejection, and we'll look tomorrow when I'm in Vegas, even though it's going to be in the afternoon, we're going to look at guilt, and we're also going to look at loneliness, because loneliness is something that everyone feels at least some point in their life, unless people who've really gone to work on themselves and learned how to feel comfortable in their own body. We got a lot of work to do, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to be here for you guys because I believe in you, and I know that you're warriors. Some of you have gone from warriors to warriors in your life, but it's time for us to recover quicker. Write that down. Recover quicker. And you might want to write this down, OMS, right? Opportunities make me stronger. Opportunities make me stronger, or obstacles make me stronger. For me, they're not obstacles, they're just opportunities. They're opportunities to learn and grow. You've got to become a ritualistic person. Rituals are what are going to put you in good stead. I really hope you've enjoyed this broadcast today and you've taken something from it. If you haven't listened to the My 3 I Dare You, who wants to do me a favor? Yes or no? Yes or no? Who's going to want to do me a favor? Yes? Anyone? Who wants to do me a favor? Just say yes or no. Say, yeah, Pete, I'll do you a favor. Yes or no? You could probably do me 2 favors, but here's the 1 favor. Go to my365.me, click on podcasts. Go and listen to Mark Pitcher and listen to the podcast I did with him. If you enjoy it, make a comment about it and share it. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it on LinkedIn. You can share it on Twitter. At the bottom of that post, you'll see you can share it. Let other people hear someone else's stories, not the stories that you hear on the news, not the stories that you hear in EastEnders. Stories of our everyday people, just like you and me, have done something incredible. Be inspired by an inspirational person. And the other thing you can do, of course, feel free to share this. This information could seriously change people's lives, and it already has done. I thank all of you for being here. And once again, I have to thank my friend Casey, because he's helped me get 100 podcasts out into the world. Guys, have a great day. Thank you. So much love in my heart for all of you. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, because I'm going to be posting some stuff. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And if you want more free inspiration to optimize your life so you can achieve your goals in all the different areas of your life, then visit my365.me. That's mi365.me and sign up to 365 days of free coaching with me, Pete Cohen. Thanks for listening and have an awesome day.